Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a makeup tutorial. I do makeup a fair bit, and one of my favorite looks, obviously not for every day, but for costume, is to do fawn makeup. So I thought, hey, I could show y'all how I do it, because it's kind of cool. So I already have ears on. They're technically Vulcan ears, but don't mind that. So I'm gonna put the products in the description, or what I remember to put in the description anyway. So I'm gonna start with foundation. Oops. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start with foundation. And, no, that doesn't really seem to be making a noise. Oh well. So just kind of, I'm applying it with my fingers, 'cause why not? Make sure to get your lips covered, 'cause, that's gonna be important later. And then just kind of, I have a mirror over here, and then just kind of do ya thing here. So yeah, I applied it very thick. You'll see why in a little bit. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, next step. Fawns are deer, basically, so, you're gonna want like a nice, rich, earthy sort of, reddish brown. Once I get the lid off of this, I'll show you. This is the color that I use. It's Soil by Spectrum Cosmetics. It's highly pigmented, so I recommend it. It's so highly pigmented that I use this fairly frequently. I bought it maybe 2 or maybe more years ago, and I still haven't used it all. You just don't need a lot of theirs. So with this color, you're gonna want to start applying like the cheekbone area. That's where I start applying, and then I work up onto the forehead and leave the jaw area not colored. So I'm gonna start. So you can see the color here. looks kind of orangish in this light, but I assure you, it is not orange in real life. So, now that you have some of this, I swear it is actually brown. So once you have this on your cheekbones, you're going to want a bit more on the temples. And basically just framing your forehead. You don't really need to worry about getting in the center as much. Just kind of lightly brush across, blending a bit. Sorry for the cars. So yeah. Right now, looking kind of orange. But, yeah. Gonna add a couple different shades for dimension purposes. And, oh dear, my leg got wrapped in the mic wire. I'm smart. Okay, so this is just a little, it was like a $2 palette, E.L.F. Cosmetics. Again, I can write it in the description. Just gonna kind of adding in this brown for more. Yeah, the lighting's really awkward. That's what I get for having a sort of orangey light. Okay. The other side a bit. So, once you get your cheeks colored up all nice, you're gonna want to do a little bit of contouring around the eyes. What you do is basically, it really depends on what shape your nose is. You just kind of want your nose to look as broad as possible. So, yeah. You just want it looking kind of wide set. Because fawns have, very flat noses. So. Sorry that I'm terrible at explaining this, but there you go. Sort of just gentle contouring. You don't need to do anything special, extraordinary. Gonna close that up. Alright, so, the next step can be either one of two things. You can work on the eyes, or you can do the nose and mouth. I'll just do like the nose and mouth first and then move on to the eyes. It's all personal preference. But you just take a cream eyeshadow, or not eyeshadow, eyeliner, cream eyeliner liner. And then you take a eyeliner brush. Make sure this is one that you don't use on your eyes, because you're going to be using it on your lips, and that's kind of nasty to switch. Just don't do that. So I'm going to bring my mirror a little bit closer so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is color in your entire upper lip first. So, just go about that however you please. I like to outline it and then fill in from the outside. But whatever way works for you. You're going to want the lines to be as crisp as you can make them, and this looks really weird. But yeah, you're going to want the lines to be as crisp as possible, just because it looks better than having fuzzy lips. So, I'm just going to take on more eyeliner. And then just fill it in. Might be a good idea if your eyeliner doesn't dry quickly like mine does, to just kind of hold your mouth open a little bit. Like, just don't let your lips close fully for a few minutes until the liner dries. Mine is like instant drying, so I don't really need to worry about that. And then you move on to the nose, which just follow along. You'll see what I do in a moment. You just kind of mark where you want the dip in the nose to be. you can make this as high or low as you want. I usually keep the noses kind of small, but hey, you do you. Okay. Just a little bit more. So there you have a little nose. You want the nose to go all the way down the septum, and then kind of just trail it down past your nose a little. Yeah, so if you can see that, it's just kind of a little tiny trail down. Just for some reason it looks nice. Where's the... Oh, we'll keep this open for now, because we're going to be back to it in just a second. So, now that we've done the nose and the mouth, the next step is getting your eyes done. So you get out a little bit of primer. Okay. And then just kind of apply it on dim eyelids of yours. It's alright if you apply it all weird, because you're just gonna blend it out anyway. So you apply a bit of primer, and this just makes what we're gonna do next look more vivid. Okay, so that's one eyelid blended. Next eyelid. Okay, so that's... I may have to apply more underneath, but for now, let's see how this goes. You're gonna want to take... Oh, I got out the wrong eyeshadow. Oops. Let me just fetch the right kind. Ooh. Sorry. I got out a shiny white instead of a matte white. It makes a difference, folks. down without making massive amounts of noise. There we go. Okay. So, I've got my matte white, and I've got an eyeshadow brush. I have my matte white eyeshadow. So this is going to get applied all across your eyelids. Because deer have this thing where, I don't know, they've got like white above their eyes. It's a thing, just trust me, folks. So, the reason I say to apply primer first is because primer makes colors show up more vividly, in case you did not know that. And a lot of whites tend to not show up very well if you're pale as heck like me. So, I just warned beforehand. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need to apply primer underneath the eye too. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Now is the time to add a little bit of shiny white if you desire. I like to add just a tiny bit of shiny. I don't know, it sort of makes it look a little more mystical. And that's sort of the goal. Okay. So, I've got my shiny white eyeshadow. Just applying it the tiniest bit, as we don't want to overdo it. Because if you're just going around exceptionally shiny, you look less like a magical fawn and more cheap, gaudy. I don't know. I've got glitter all over my fingers now. Okay. So, now it's time to go on and do eyeliner actually around your eyes this time. Cool stuff, isn't it? Okay, so now you take your eyeliner brush that's actually for your eyes. Again, because you don't want that cross-contamination sort of thing. Okay, so I'm going to try to apply this and try not to fail. When you're applying the eyeliner, you're going to want to extend it a little bit past the inside corner to give you the sort of tear lines. as you can see, just sort of go a little bit beyond. You can apply thick here if you so desire. I sort of just do a medium thickness line. I don't go too thin. I don't go really thick. But once you get to the outer corner, if you know how to wing it, you can wing your eyeliner. But just kind of extend the point out a little bit. It's okay if your eyeliner's wonky. Even fawns have bad makeup days. Okay. You got that top eye line done. Good going. Now you just do the bottom one in a tiny bit. Like maybe a third of the way in. Okay. And then on the inside corner, you extend it maybe a centimeter or two. But not very far. You want to leave like the middle majority of your eye not done. It just looks nicer. So you have one eye, and then you do the other. The dreaded second eye. It's never as good as the first. That's a big glob. Okay, let's do this. Just do the same stuff as the other eye. Generally, you'll want to make them look even, but this is your look. Do what you want. Close enough. Then extend it in. Okay. So now you have lined eyes. The next step is entirely optional. Oh dear, I almost just rubbed my nose off. Be mindful when you get an itchy nose, just kind of pat gently. Okay, so the next step is optional, but I have silver eyeliner, and I like to apply that to the middle third, like the part that you left not lined by black. Yeah, so kind of align with that. If you have white eyeliner, that works too. Yeah. It just adds a little shine. I don't know if that looks visibly different, but having that sort of brightness under your eyes near the white part just kind of makes your eyes look bigger, more doe-like. If you're like me and you're incapable of keeping eyeliner out of your eyelashes, just kind of, I'm just gonna neaten that up a little. I'm just utterly incapable of keeping liner out of my lashes, so that just kind of adds a shiny effect. I think it's cute. So, what's next? If you'd like, you can do your eyebrows. I'll just fill them in a tiny bit. But, yeah, you can fill in your eyebrows if you so desire. Or not. Just do what you like. I just use eyeshadow to sort of fill them in a little bit. But, yeah, I didn't want to go much darker or more defined. I think this is good enough. So, I believe final step is the spots. Spots have always been relatively tricky for me. Just recently I started just kind of dotting primer and then globbing white eyeshadow over the dots, and that's actually worked out pretty well, so I'm gonna do that. So just kind of dot, 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 dot. Just wherever you want a spot, put a dot. You can place these however you wish. Your spots are yours. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So yeah, just kind of use a finger to dab the primer. of blend it a little. And then I like to do just a little white eyeshadow with a little tiny, I think this is technically a lip brush, but I use it for this anyway. And then just dab a little white on top. Alright, so yeah, now that you have dots all over the place, this is more or less how I do my fawn look. You can improvise it however you wish, because makeup is a very unique art. I think just as a finishing touch, I'll just put on this little wig here. I don't need no wig cap. For some reason, I always just imagine fawns with really curly hair. Alright, the snaps aren't wanting to do, so I'll just kind of neaten this. Yeah, so that's how I do fawn makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed. And questions, comments, whatever, leave them below. And I hope you have a great day. Right. I missed the stop button. Have a nice day.